Second game of Saturday, what are your predictions for that one?
Okay, well, that's actually the big game, the top of the table clash down at Newlands. Got the Western Province team taking on the Golden Lions. Both teams unbeaten in this year's competition, picked up a bonus point in each match, so they both got 10 points after 2 games, sitting pretty at the top of the log. Again, a tough game to call. As I've said many times, the Golden Lions are my outside pick for the title this year.
I'm calling Golden Lions.
Okay, well, we agree there at least. But the tournament isn't won in August. There's still some time to go. So a lot can change. It's not necessarily whoever loses here will be out of the running. And I think Western Province will probably have too much at Newlands. But the weather should be good. It's been pretty wet in Cape Town this week. Yeah. So I believe the forecast is for clearer, drier weather on Saturday. So which will be great for a running game of rugby. The Lions with no real Springbok players either. They've lost their captain, Warren Whiteley. He's off with the Springboks in Argentina. So again, they're a little bit hamstrung there in terms of the leadership. But they've got a few fringe players who will hopefully step up for them. Western Province coming off a really, really good win against the Blue Bulls at Newlands last weekend. Backline with tons of X factor in it. Some really fast players in Sinatla, in Colby, Jean de Jong leading the team this season. They're scoring some fantastic tries. So I expect the province team to score a number of tries this weekend. It's really whether the Lions can keep up with them on the try scoring charts and what happens up front. The Lions have got a really, really good set scrum. I think they'll have the edge there, but it will really come down to how many times they scrum during the match. If it's an error-free match without any scrums, I think Western Province will have too much. If not, and it gets bogged down, I think the Lions will have more of a chance. But I'm going for the home win again by 5 or 6 points.
All right, now any specific players that we should be looking out for during this game, which is probably going to be the game of the weekend?
Yeah, definitely the game of the weekend. I talked last week about how impressed I've been with Dimitri Katrakilis at number 10 for Western Province. He's been in and out of the team. In Super Rugby he was there, he was dropped. His form wasn't fantastic, but he's really stepped up his game. He's kicking really, really well for posts, which is fantastic for keeping the scoreboard ticking over. The 3 pointers for penalties and 2 pointers for conversion. So he is the one player who will sort of set the Western Province backline alight. We talked about Jean de Jong being really instrumental as a skipper at centre, and then the flyers that Western Province have got it on the wings and at fullback. They've really got some speed out wide. So I expect a really good performance from the Western Province backline. They'll be what I'm looking forward to watching in that match particular.